In recognition of his dedicated service as a leader, researcher, educator, mentor, and colleague, professional contributions to the medical and continuing medical education communities through involvement with the Alliance, the Association of American Medical Colleges, the Society for Academic Continuing Medical Education, the Accreditation Council for Continuing Medical Education, the Conjoint Committee, and numerous other organizations, and career-long passion for quality education that is relevant to physicians and healthcare professionals. Given January 2012, the Distinguished Service Award, Dave Davis. Dave, well-deserved, and we'd love to hear you say a few words.
Thank you very much, George and colleagues. I should admit to you at the beginning, I'm scared. You wouldn't think a guy like me would be scared after all these years of speaking to groups this size, but I'm scared because the script says you have to give a speech. My wife says, be short, say thanks, and get off. So I'm going to try to bridge the gap between those two extremes. And I want to share with you a few of my reflections of gratitude towards a number of you in this room. I think a lot of you know who you are, but I'm going to single you out. The first is to the Alliance itself. That's all of you in this group and those of you who have preceded us in the Alliance. I remember my first meeting. Somebody said, oh, gee, I've been here. I think this is my 6th meeting. I said, nothing. Somebody else said, oh, I've been here for my 10th meeting. Nothing. This is my 34th meeting. So I think I'm the longest standing member in the room, except for one. I remember it because I thought I was the only person in the world that did CME in a hospital. And I wound up in a room of 75 people, and there they all did some of the same things. And one of them took me out for dinner, and I joined the Alliance on the spot. I didn't have to pay for dinner, and I joined the Alliance on the spot. It was a terrific thing, and that continues. And that spirit of friendship and collaboration and sense of we're going to do this together, and now expanding this notion so that it's a continuing health professional organization is truly a wonderful thing. I'll tell you briefly, I was on the board 20 years ago. Then we briefly experimented with the Alliance for Continuing Health Education. It's spelled AIC. And decided not to do it, and I'm glad you've done what you've done. That's number one. Number two is, can the awards committee stand up? Susan Tyler, I know, is the chair of the awards committee. They're either very short or they're not standing up. So 1, 2, 3. What were you thinking? What in God's name? So this is the guy that said CME doesn't work. And yet you give him an award. So the first half of my career has been spent saying CME doesn't work. Second half has been saying, well, you know, I really didn't mean that. What I really meant to say was, how can you choose a guy like that? But thanks. The third thing to say, I began by saying, you know who you are in the room. You know who you are. You have supported me. There's none of my work that's not been done in a collaborative fashion, and George and others represent that. But there's one among us who stands out, and he's here today, and I'd like him to stand and be acknowledged. Dennis Wentz and Lou Miller, if Lou is in the room. Dennis and Lou have done more to support in this country and beyond continuing education and professional development. With a spotlight. Thank you, Dennis, for being here. So this award goes to them and to you. And it goes to one other person. So you know how you see cars with a bumper sticker that says, my other car is like a Porsche or a Saab or something? Implying that I'm driving the jalopy, I'm the jalopy, but at home is something special. Well, at home, I have someone very special, and I'd like her to stand. So this is Maureen Davis, or Mo. And she's going to stand because a long time ago, not on a stage, but in a situation like that, I forgot to mention her. I said I'd never do it again. I apologize then, and I appreciate her help and support and her love now, and yours as well. Thank you very much.